After the launch of GPT-5, the GPT chatbot will gain consciousness and become indistinguishable from a human. It is possible that the humanity-destroying GPT-5 will be unveiled in December. GPT-5 will develop into a general artificial intelligence after its launch. The internet is overflowing with such headlines. Tech giants, researchers, and writers add fuel to the fire. You have probably heard how Elon Musk and Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak called for a halt to the development of artificial intelligence beyond GPT-4 to protect us. However, Bill Gates said that this would not save anyone. Writer Yuval Noah Harari, who studies the past and future of humanity, published his panicked appeal through the New York Times, stating that, I quote, "If we don't control artificial intelligence, it will control us." Harari explained his position as follows. Language is the operating system of human culture. If AI masters language, it will acquire the master key to our civilization's control. In Terminator, robots run down the streets and shoot people. The Matrix suggested that to gain complete control over human society, artificial intelligence must directly connect our brains to the computer network. However, in reality, simply mastering language will give AI everything it needs to keep us in a world of illusion resembling the Matrix. Given deepfakes and our dependence on the internet and social media, there is some truth to these concerns. The question is how big that truth is. What are the real possibilities, limits, and restrictions of artificial intelligence, AI, in general and ChatGPT in particular? How does artificial intelligence work in general, and what will it bring to humanity? Will it be the cause of the end of humanity, or will it give impetus to a new stage of human evolution, becoming our symbiont? The possibilities, prospects, and real risks of AI technology are the most important technology of the present and future. Ignoring it today is like ignoring a fire in a room. Recently, Stanford released the AI Index Report 2023, which analyzed the current state of the artificial intelligence industry. The most interesting thing in 2022, artificial intelligence received $100 billion in investments and really accelerated scientific progress in various areas. In business, AI has already been implemented in the work of about 60% of companies, which has accelerated their development and increased their competitiveness. As a result, AI specialists are needed by everyone in all sectors of the economy today. At the same time, over the past 10 years, cases of unethical use of AI have grown at least 25 times. In reality, the technology is spreading everywhere. AI is now present in the search engine of the browser you use and in your phone. In smart home gadgets, facial recognition systems, street cameras, health tracking gadgets, educational apps and games, driver assistance systems, autonomous vehicles, and so on, almost to infinity. Let's start from the beginning. What is artificial intelligence? It is a broad field of science and technology that deals with the automation of intellectual tasks. Machines in this field mimic human behavior and learn from the information they receive. There are many methods of teaching artificial intelligence, the main ones being supervised and unsupervised learning. Supervised learning is when a neural network, as an example, receives data from a human and then tries to reproduce their solution. This also includes reinforcement learning, which is often used to teach robots. The second method, unsupervised learning, involves teaching a neural network with unmarked human data. There are many subtypes of learning between these extremes. For example, a popular method today is self-learning, in which AI receives unmarked data but with a certain structure, such as text. In connected text, the sequence of letters and words is not random, which allows a large artificial intelligence model to identify certain patterns and learn to predict the next letters or words. The same applies to pictures and code. In narrow tasks, such as individual games, manipulations, and X-ray recognition, AI has long surpassed us and is hopeless to catch up. But that was a narrow artificial intelligence that is incapable of performing any tasks other than those it was trained for. Therefore, there was no need to fear it. However, things are changing lately, more on that later. Let's first take a look at how artificial intelligence works in general, and how it differs from our brain. Essentially, AI simply performs the computation of a giant equation with many variables. AI algorithms are usually based on mathematical models and computational structures, such as artificial neural networks, decision trees, or reinforcement learning algorithms. On the other hand, the living brain consists of a complex network of biological neurons connected to each other by synapses and exchanging electrochemical signals. On average, there are 85 billion neurons and up to a quadrillion synapses in the human brain, making it an extremely powerful and energy-efficient computing system. There are no comparable integrated circuits to the brain, and none are expected in the near future. Plus, our brain has another advantage: universality. We can solve many diverse tasks, easily adapt to changing conditions, and use our emotional intelligence when necessary. However, progress in the field of artificial intelligence is not standing still. Today, steps are actively being taken towards creating a general artificial intelligence, including the creation of foundation models. They represent a set of typical neural network architectures trained on huge datasets. Such models can be adapted to a wide range of specific tasks for which they were not originally created. The task description is done through demonstration of examples. One such model is the large language model GPT, which has caused panic among many people. What is its superpower? Why exactly it caused such panic? And how realistic is it that it could develop into a general artificial intelligence? We asked artificial intelligence and machine learning specialist Sergey Markov about this, as well as the real threats to humanity. The thing is, if you train a model to continue text in a meaningful way, it potentially can solve any intellectual task that can be represented as a continuation of some text. That's why fundamental models like GPT are said to be moving towards human intelligence. However, the models created by machine learning experts are still far from being as universal. Nevertheless, the progress in developing such models in recent years has been so impressive that many researchers consider them a serious step towards general artificial intelligence. But if we are still far from general AI, where does the panic come from? According to Sergey, all this noise is artificial and caused by the tasks of venture economics, where the value is often an unreal situation, and people's expectations and faith in the future success of a project are important. The emergence of GPT chat became an important information event that attracted a lot of attention. Now, some media personalities try to use it to achieve their own goals, spread certain ideas, accumulate social capital, and so on. So what are the real risks of GPT chat? Sergey Markov highlights the following real risks in current and future versions: the risk of technological unemployment due to the replacement of people in various types of work, and the risk of algorithmic bias, i.e., the presence of certain biases in the model, which in case of mass use can create problems for different groups of people. Risks associated with excessive reliance on models include people trusting in advice from models that are not actually accurate, resulting in harm to people's health and financial well-being, among other things. Risks associated with dishonest use of models include using them for fraudulent spam campaigns. Risks associated with the widespread use of generative models for content creation include the dissemination of false information. As you can see, the capture of the world and the destruction of humanity is not yet visible. But what about the future? What are the limits of GPT's capabilities? Sergey told us that today, fundamental artificial intelligence models like GPT chatbots have a number of limitations. For example, they require significant computing resources and have limitations on the length of the context. These models struggle to process voluminous text and can provide a good short story, but may not be able to write a novel. Another limitation is the finite number of steps, which makes it difficult for models to perform many simple algorithms, such as arithmetic operations with large numbers or sorting large lists. It should also be noted that without continuous training, the knowledge of such models becomes outdated, and they can make mistakes in facts, blatantly fantasize, and memorize clichés repeatedly reproduced in training samples. As you can see, until Skynet, GPT chatbots are still far away, but will they be able to become Skynet in the future? What are the limits of developing GPT and similar models? According to Sergey Markov, one of the trends in the development of generative networks today is the creation of multimodal models. Multimodality is the ability to work with different modalities of information, such as visual and auditory, as well as multitasking and multilingualism. The fourth dimension here could be multi-embodiment, which is the ability to use the model to control various agents in virtual or physical worlds. There is also a trend towards increasing the size of models and the overall level of their so-called intelligence. What will this ultimately lead to? No one knows for sure. The development of artificial intelligence has far-reaching consequences for people. One of the most discussed consequences is the possibility of symbiosis between humans and AI through neural chips or other technologies. Is this possible? You might ask, and to some extent, it is already happening. For example, there are prosthetics with artificial intelligence. The Russian company Motorika has developed new sensors that accurately transmit the movement of every muscle and tendon to the decision-making system. Based on artificial intelligence, the system controls microengines of each finger of the cyber prosthetic, allowing for precise manipulation. Neural chips and other brain-computer interfaces already allow people to control computers and robots with the power of thought. What can we expect in the future when Elon Musk's neural chip or his competitors' chips really allow us to merge the brain with the power of artificial intelligence? Firstly, it will expand our cognitive capabilities, as artificial intelligence, AI, will enhance the brain by providing direct online access to vast amounts of information, real-time data analysis, and decision-making support, enabling people to make more informed choices and think more effectively. Secondly, we will definitely live longer if AI can constantly monitor our health status and diagnose diseases at an early stage. Additionally, artificial intelligence will be able to track and extinguish abnormal brain activity, maintain mental health, identify stress, depression, and possibly help people cope with them. Thirdly, artificial intelligence will be able to create personalized learning processes, taking into account individual needs, thus increasing the effectiveness of learning and skill development. This could help people adapt to new job requirements and support lifelong learning. Fourthly, AI will help restore not only movement to paralyzed individuals but also functions such as vision, hearing, or speech. Lastly, artificial intelligence can act as a creative partner, offering ideas, inspiring and even creating content in areas such as music, art, and literature, allowing people to explore new creative possibilities. Today, AI does not have self-awareness, its own will, or evil intentions towards humans. However, a trained AI model can repeat a teacher's mistakes and biases. As for the scenario of a robot uprising or an intellectual breakthrough where AI suddenly becomes much smarter than us, these are highly unlikely scenarios that serious experts do not believe in today. The chances of destroying humanity are much higher for humans themselves, just as the probability of making mistakes when making many decisions. In this regard, artificial intelligence can actually increase the impartiality and safety of many systems. Therefore, banning it is not actually beneficial for humanity. Ultimately, the danger today is not from artificial intelligence itself, but from how people use it. It's like a hammer in your hand. Whether you use it to make a birdhouse or harm someone depends entirely on you, but that's not a reason to ban hammers. Therefore, what is needed today is not a ban on AI, but the development of norms and rules for the training and use of artificial intelligence. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Subscribe and like this video, it's the best support for me.